There is much debate about the impact of online or mobile games on our brains. While many people think they only have a negative impact, recent studies suggest otherwise. In fact, there are studies that continue to be published suggesting a correlation between video games and increased intelligence. The journal JAMA Network Open, published by the American Medical Association, features a paper titled, Association of Video Gaming with Cognitive Performance Among Children, co-authored by Dr. Bader Sharani from the Department of Psychiatry at the University of Vermont, among others. The research team divided 2,217 children aged 9 to 10 into two groups, those who had never played games and those who played games for more than 3 hours a day, and conducted cognitive ability tests and brain image scans. But the results are very interesting. The study focused on short-term memory and impulse control, and the group that played video games for more than 3 hours a day consistently scored higher on both tests. According to the research team, the type of game, such as action-adventure, puzzle-solving, real-time strategy games, and whether the game is played alone or with others, can influence the results. This study is not the only one presenting a new perspective on games. There have been various studies recently that have come out through different channels. While some believe that playing violent video games leads to depression, violence, and aggressive behavior, there are studies that suggest otherwise. However, it does not mean that children should have unlimited access to smartphones or games. These days, children belong to a generation that has been exposed to IT devices since birth. Many of them start learning through video media or games using IT devices. They learn to sing, read and write in Korean, and learn phonics through videos or games. These children learn in this way, but at some point, they experience limitations in their media-based learning because they are forced to learn in their parents' generation's style of studying. That's why there is a saying. In the 19th century classroom, 20th century teachers teach 21st century students. Although students are learning something in the 21st century educational environment, they suddenly find themselves studying in a 19th century educational environment. They engage in passive learning, such as studying grammar and preparing for entrance exams. Changes in the learning environment will inevitably affect students' learning abilities. Forcing children, who are familiar with digital environments more than anyone else, to study with paper books based on their parents' generation's methods seems to deny reality. These are the questions many parents ask these days. Our child has great concentration. When he is doing something he enjoys, he won't listen to anyone. Especially when playing games, he can concentrate in any situation. But why can't he concentrate when studying? Could there be a problem with their learning method? Are teachers teaching them poorly? Are the textbooks boring? You might have these thoughts. However, if you understand how our brain changes when we play games and study, you might change your perspective. Computers and video games constantly stimulate our brains with intense colors and sounds. Also, the higher the level of the game, the more achievements and stimulation we get. The process of character growth itself is a tremendous stimulus. Because of these stimuli, we can concentrate naturally, without even trying. But what about studying? To students who are used to constant stimulation and bright colors, studying seems infinitely dull. Studying involves listening to one-way information provided in a relatively low-stimulus environment. Easy topics are boring because they are too simple, and difficult topics are boring because they are too hard to understand. Recently, Gongter English released new contents for Gongter 2.0 and its language academy brand High Zone. From the beginning, Gongter English's entire content was digital-based. People who have seen the interface of the new Gongter English content say, "It seems like a lot of systems used in computers or video games have been applied." That statement is accurate. We have incorporated game elements into English learning while maintaining the same purpose and content. After completing each level, the next one opens with rewards and items given to upgrade a personalized character. Challenges are presented for competition and learning with other Gongter English students across the country. Gongter English is designed to make learning English feel like playing a game, optimized for maximum learning efficiency based on age and English proficiency level. Just as gamers feel motivated and highly focused while watching their characters succeed, Gongter English students feel stimulated and engaged by the act of learning English itself.